Getting ready to use the grapple to go move a bunch of piles of brush, get them all consolidated. There's probably 10 piles, going to get them consolidated down to 2 piles instead of having it all over the grass area. Just doing some maintenance on the skid steer before I get going for the day. Going to grease, zert everything. Just checking the tracks here. You just got to lift the skid steer up off the ground, and it's supposed to have 1 inch of clearance between the roller and the track when you lift it up. This side's good. The other side's got quite a bit of gap. Not horrible, but it's, I would say, 2 inches. So to fix that, again, it's at space here. To fix that, you take off this plate. As you put grease in this, it expands the cylinder that pushes this roller out and gets it tighter. You just got to fill it till it tightens up. That's all it took. Now a harmless old toad. Saw him move, thought I was dead. We'll put him over here in the tree line, that way he can live. Saw him move, I thought for sure dang old rattlesnake had me. The big brush pile I burnt earlier this year. You can tell the center of it burnt out pretty good. It's all the edges are all built up still, so I'm just going to consolidate it, push it all together. That way I can burn it again. May burn it tomorrow. I got to call the forestry to make sure that it's good burn conditions, get a permit number. And I'll burn these off if conditions are right. That makes quick work of that. That beats trying to do that by hand with a chainsaw or something else. Yeah, we'll get hopefully get a permit tomorrow and get that burnt off. Do yourself a favor. If you're ever making piles of brush, don't throw metal in there. The previous landowner did a ton of work on this property. I mean, he really did clean it up. He created a lot of these pastures, had a track hoe come in and take out the stumps and did a lot of stuff right. Can't complain about that at all. But he did these brush piles out here. If he had a brush pile, he made a lot of them. Which I guess he had a tractor, he didn't have a skid steer. But he took T-posts and whatever scrap metal he had and would just throw it in the brush pile. So every brush pile out here has a fair amount of metal and crap in it. Well, once I burn these off, I'll be able to get the metal out of them, but to me that's just pointless to do that. If you from the beginning just had your little scrap metal pile where you keep all your scrap metal, you wouldn't be worrying about having to remove it out of the piles to begin with. So that's what I'm starting out here. I got a fair amount of scrap metal what we're getting from building the pole barn and different stuff, and after I burn these off I got to dig all the metal out so it don't end up in a tractor later on down the road. I got a little tree across the path here. This is right behind the pole barn. This is a trail that goes up to a pasture up there. That's, I think, the highest point on this property. It really beautiful views from up there. I'm just going to take the skid steer and grab this. A little overkill using a skid steer on it, but what I I got, and it's up and running right now. That made pretty easy work of getting that out of there. This grapple works amazing. It's built beefier than a lot of them that I looked at, and it was about half the price. This is a grapple. Cook Sawmill out of Alabama. Figure we're moving down here to Alabama. It'd be awesome to support a local company. They built this thing right. I don't know if that's 1/2 inch plate, but it's darn near. You're not bending this by accidentally hitting a tree. But I think it was around $1,800 for a 72 inch. You'd have to go to their website to know for sure. I'm sure everything, like everything else, stuff's gone up, but at the time I was looking, it was about $3,800 for a comparable grapple anywhere else. Like I said, this thing's a tank. The only thing I had to do to it is I put these hose protectors on, because the way it came, it was rubbing. Hose is rubbing on the frame and that, starting to wear through. Other than that, this thing has been a machine. Great for cleaning up with. I mean, that is all around beefy. It's built to take a beating. It's built as a log grapple, is what they sell them as, but they works really good as an all-around general grapple. All my brush piles pushed together. Still got one on the other side of the pond I got to do. I just remembered that. If I don't get that one done, Tanya's going to get at me. So Tanya and Noah went home. They had to get back to be at work tomorrow. I get, I think, 2 or 3 extra days down here before I have to go back. So I'm done with the skid steer for now. I'll get that brush pile across the pond there for you later tomorrow, maybe, Tanya. Hopefully I don't forget. I'm gonna finish mowing. That tree that I just removed was blocking the path up there to that pasture area, I'm gonna call it. Right now we're just mowing all these pastures because they're not big enough or wide enough to bale. The baling equipment won't fit in there, and if they do a round bale, it'll just go off the hillside. So until we get animals on the property, we're just maintaining it by mowing it. It helps. Doing that just to keep trees from growing up in it and keeping it look nice. Said once we get some horses, and I'm wanting to get a couple cows and I don't know, 10 or 15 sheep to be able to graze off and clean up the woods and that. I'll get hair sheep. That way I can sell them for the meat, and I don't have to worry about trimming them and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I want to get some animals out here to help with the mowing. But for now, we're on lawnmowers. Said Tanya left, so I'm not on the Toro this time. That Toro we've got, I think 706cc. It's the introduction to a commercial mower. It works really good. Then this year we bought this Spartan 72-inch deck. This is Tanya's mower. So when she's here, she's always on it. And I'm not allowed to touch it when she's here. But she's not here. So Am I going to get it stuck? Let's hope not, because that seems to be what I do really good at. But this mower, 1000cc Kawasaki. Do you see it there? Yeah, 1000cc Kawasaki. This thing's a beast. Tanya uses this thing more like a brush hog than she does a lawnmower. It is really amazing what this thing will go through. She's going through 3-foot tall weeds, 3-4 foot tall, and some of it you might have to go back and cut again, but a lot of it looks like a lawn after she's done. So yeah, it works really good. So I'm gonna head out on the lawnmower. I don't think you need a video of me mowing, although I probably will make one. Catch you later.